My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's live stream, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go through your comments that I've been receiving on the videos because I've been away at spring training and SEO conference here in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's actually Paradise Valley. It slipped my mind for a second. But with that being said, what I want to do is I would like to take the time. You took the time to leave a comment. I should take the time to answer it. But I've been away, so maybe I haven't done them. So I was awake. So let's do it, right? I'm a late night guy. Here, what's really cool though is it's only 10:46 where I'm at, right? So 10, 11, 12. It's usually 1 in the morning. So this would be our SEO after dark. I can't find my thumbnail, so I decided to use one of my favorite pictures of little Chris, right? Which is my main guy. And I'm pretty sure he'll see this tomorrow. So, hi, little Chris. Not now because he's sleeping, but in the morning he might. But with that being said, did I tell you my name? I'm Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. On chrispalmer.org, I offer myself, my team, we have consultation service at SEO Mastermind. That's the educational platform. Inside of SEOmastermind.org, we have a testing group along with, group coaching. And then I also have trainings. I'm working towards having more mini trainings so I can educate, so they can understand, so new users can understand the value that we provide. Because oftentimes I'll scare off new people because of the cost. And it's actually not that we're cheap. It's just we're actually fair. it's actually a hard concept in SEO, I've realized. But we all see the same thing through different eyes, right? Anyway, so that's what we're doing. And then on top of that, we have Proxy Pixie. We're still working on that. I was more concerned with the technical side, but that's been going very, very well for our own personal tools. And hey, Compass Carpet, good to see you. I'm going to go through some of these comments here. If you have anything that you'd like me to address, put it inside the chat, but I want to get a couple of these done here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them up on the phone. That's little Chris too. It's my guy, right? I miss him. But yeah, that's why I hate going away, because I miss my son. But him and I, we had a little chat. It's just business, right? Like, I can't just work on the computer all day. I have to communicate, not just online, but also in person. Once he gets a little bigger, I'll bring him with me. But for now, it is what it is. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and take care of this. So we have a question here from Muhad. It's reversed. So what's the purpose of me showing you, right? Because it's reversed. What I'll do is I'll read it out. These are active comments. This will be comments that are from the last week or the last few days while I've been gone. I'll answer the questions here. And it should be related to local business marketing, Google Business, Google Maps, because that's primarily what I focus on, other than lead generation and affiliate offers, right? And I have I actually have quite a few small affiliate sites, but not only do I never, I would never share, like whether they do well or they don't do well, but I do have a few assets that are good. With that being said, so Mohammed says, hey Chris, appreciate your efforts in the SEO industry. Why we are not going to place secondary keywords in subheaders to optimize for topical coverage. Should we do it to keep or simple shown video? Okay, and then here. You should be adding secondary keywords to your headers that are topically relevant to the primary term. I apologize if it seemed jumbled. I could tell, I could understand the question, but the wording wasn't quite right. It might have been translated or something, but that's no problem. I got the point. Another one, D. Turner says, is it possible to use a service like Bright Local to build citations to city pages? It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. You're going to pay a premium, but yes, it's certainly possible. German Rodriguez says, thank you, Mr. Palmer. Looking forward to see about Money Robot. Yeah, I mean, not anytime soon. When I was making those Money Robot videos, we were having a really good run in the We Buy Houses, Sell My House Fast space. There's actually a dude, I won't say his last name, his first name's Devin. He had a good run with Money Robot. So what we did is we figured out what they were doing and we implemented it on some of our older sites to see. And it had a good little run, right? But all good things come to an end, right? But we were utilizing it for embeds. But that was a long time. I mean, dude, this video that you're commenting on, I mean, it's a 1.5 year old video. You know what I mean? But I leave it up there because it could potentially help somebody. But German Rodriguez, dude, the probability of me making another Money Robot video is highly unlikely. But you never know. You never know. Thank you, Chris. So from Relax World, thank you. Are these quality links that Google is going to give credit to? GSA. All right, so I was putting up service videos. I made a bunch of them and I never marked them to like live. I guess they were unlisted. And I was like, huh, I have all these videos and they're unlisted. So I was like, I just checked them all off. I released like 8 of them in one day. But what this gentleman's referencing here is, are GSA links high quality and is Google going to give them credit? You know, I've never, maybe perhaps in a late night stream, I may have said that there are some, you know, high quality and GSA generally don't go together. You know, it's not a quality game, it's a quantity game. Now, I do know a gentleman, he does mugshot removal. His first name's Alex, I won't say his last name. He does mugshots. Great guy, actually. He uses GSA SER primarily only looking for the lowest outbound amount of links, and he's only doing like the wikis, like all the good ones, the hard ones that you have to get or double check with email, and he does very, very well. Very, very well. I won't tell you his site or anything like that, but he does well. And he's a great guy. Anyway, are these links, okay. Are they gonna give credit? Yes. See, the reason why they get credit is beginners or newer SEOs generally feel that if a link's not in the search results, that the link doesn't have value. And that's actually the furthest thing from, it's actually not true. The only quality that there has to be is that Google initially crawls the link. So yes, there are a lot of links that you could build with GSA that will never get crawled or indexed. Search results aren't the index. All right. So how we identified those? Of course. I mean, we've been using this tool for a decade, right? It's been out forever. When did it come out? 95? 3 years after Google was released? I don't know. I think so. I think that's what they said. 95 or 98 it came out. When did Google come out? 92? Right? I remember getting those little things in the mail. Like my pops used to get those AOL CDs in the mail. You'd get like 100 hours on the internet. And I remember like trying to go into like chat rooms. It would take forever. Just, that was many moons ago. Anyway. Why are you moving? Stay still, please. Dan, hey, I like to move around. Thank you. I don't know if that's negativity or what, but I appreciate you commenting on my video. All right, so Persh, how to index backlinks. Okay, another very old video. An SEO asked if links on YouTube videos will help with Google SEO. Then someone said that it would help get your content indexed faster. Both are false and myths because YouTube links have no follow attribute. Both are false because, dude, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to read this again without laughing. All right, so this gentleman says, it's on an index video here in case you're curious. This dude right here. All right, here's the message. All right, an SEO asked if links on YouTube videos will help with your Google SEO. Then someone said that it would help get your content indexed faster. Both are false and myths because YouTube links have no follow attributes on them, so Google does not count them. John Mueller from Google even replied that links on YouTube video pages do not help get your content indexed faster. Okay. If Google says not to do something, that's the first thing that you want to do. Okay? You can take it or leave it. Don't listen to me. Like, try it for yourself. So that's that. They said don't do it, probably because it's highly effective. Okay? The next piece of it is, they're not this particular user, and I'm glad that you're here so I could help you on your road, on your learning journey. Just because a no-follow attribute has been applied to a link, that has been given by the webmaster. A no-follow attribute doesn't mean that Google won't follow the link. They're a crawler. That's what they do. A no-follow attribute has been given by the user or the owner of the web page in order to say, hey, this is a link, but I'm not giving it credit. No follow doesn't mean that they don't crawl it. They crawl everything. And even if you said don't crawl it, robots.txt, don't index it, don't whatever, Google does whatever they want. It's Google. Like, they're the toll booth of the internet. They do whatever they want. Period. Right? So, and then on top of that, just because it's a no index doesn't mean that it doesn't pass value. I don't believe that at all. Yes, it's given by the webmaster basically saying, hey, I didn't put this link here, I don't trust this. It's a directive from a webmaster. That's it. So back to the YouTube thing. Do I think that YouTube videos, depending on the video, can help a web page get crawled faster? Of course, depending on the video. Because it's constantly getting indexed, it's constantly getting seen, plus somebody might actually click on the asset. So I agree with you, but I disagree with you because of what we just talked about. All right, buddy? All right, so I hope that helps you out. Answered in video. There was too much to say. Oh, I should record my answer with Siri. Oh, we have live comments. I'm sorry. See, they don't stay on the screen, so I apologize. All right, so let's go ahead in here. We're going to go ahead and do some of the live chat here. All right, sorry about that. I'm easily distracted, right? So, all right. So I can't go up. Hey, Chris. Watched a video of you decided to subscribe. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that, Brian Finance. Hey, Chris, noticed that is an option as a Google reviewer to hide my other reviews. Does this decrease the power of the reviews? Just don't want to leave a review trail for others to follow. Cheers. Yeah, but it's an option, so you have to go out of your way to choose that option. What comes standard is they're visible, right? So why would you want to hide your reviews? Right? So I wouldn't, but it's up to you. All right, so crazyj.com. Hey, Crazy J, I remember those AOL days, right? Dude, exactly. They used to send us those things. So you're not a super young guy. I can't see in the picture there, but Google came out 98. I don't know, dude. Are you sure? I don't want to debate over that. I think it was 92. I could be wrong. I don't know. I have to check. 98, huh? All right. So, All right, so we'll make a friendly wager. 12. I'll bet you 12 bananas or 22 pepperoni slices that it came out 92. You're going for 98. I'll go for 92. Ready? All right. So am I gonna owe you pepperoni slices or what? Let's check here. What year did Google come out? Oh, I owe you pepperoni slices. All right. I lost that one. That's a shame. That's a shame. What am I getting confused with, though? What year did PageRank patent come out? Oh, that's 97. Well, son of a gun. All right, I'll stand corrected. I lost pepperoni slices on that deal. All right. Isn't it cheaper just to stay in one house? I don't know what you mean by this. Isn't it cheaper to stay in one house? I don't know. Maybe. Good morning. Good morning to you, sir. S.A. Jib. What the SEO strategy? What the SEO strategy? Dude, that would make a cool shirt. Yo, I had a great idea for a shirt. I was watching a movie, well, you know when you're laying in bed, like before you go to sleep, you're like kind of watching it, but you're not. You're like really thinking about what you're going to do the next day, and then you're like just like looking at it. I shouldn't say that on this stream, never mind, but it's hysterical, and I think it would be good. All right, what the SEO strategy should be for an old website with low traffic. What the SEO strategy should be for an old website with low traffic? Well, the traffic part, it's kind of like those questions from school. They'll give you information that actually is helpful, but then they'll throw in a part that doesn't matter for the equation. Right? It's an old website that gets low traffic. The low traffic is irrelevant, but I have an old website. What's the category of the website? What's the website getting? If it's low traffic, what does it get traffic for? Like, what's it talking about? Well, the traffic that you get is what Google thinks the site is about, right? So I would just go double down on that. That's it. That's one piece of the puzzle. Right? Like we have an old asset, old means trusted, actual authority, and then it's already getting traffic. Oh, great. The best indicator to know what I should double down on is, oh, what does Google already think I'm about? Right? It just makes it so much more easy, or so much easier. All right, so hopefully that helps you. 98. Oh my gosh. Elaine, you're rubbing it in. I'm just kidding. I cheated, man. I looked it up. That's okay. I had to look it up too. I just turned 40 a few days ago. Oh, awesome, dude. How long does it take your team to get the haro links? Why, you want to compete? I could do it faster. But generally within 30 days. I mean, we could go faster. I mean, if you do 28 days, I'll do 27. No. No, but we generally will say 30 days. 30 days. That gives us room because depending on the category, like some of them hit a lot better. You know? Yeah, like there's just more opportunities in some categories, to be quite frank. Thank you, sir. Hey, no problem. Yeah, and I'm just joking. I think there's more than enough business. So I don't, if that's the same person even. Like I don't, dude, as long as you're not out there doing the haros for like 400 a piece, dude, like have at it, bro. You know, like that, it's despicable. Despicable. No. I have to tone it down a bit. Hey, have you seen an increase in organic traffic? This comes from David. After you run Google Ads, they claim it has no impact, but I've seen a significant boost in organic traffic running ads. A fact, for sure. Yeah, it increases impressions. Impressions for other keywords that weren't there. Google sees impressions, they show you more times for the keywords that you're getting impressions for, then you start getting more clicks. Then Google sees the click, they give you more impressions. They see that you're getting more impressions, they show you more, you get more clicks. Yes, yes. But it all starts with the spike of impression. And then like as you trigger, the answer is yes. There's no question. There's no question. Absolutely, yes. I had a debate, another friend of mine, his name's Scott, I won't say his last name, but Scott, he's from Canada, actually. He doesn't say A, though. I asked him why he doesn't. Anyway, and he does like a lot of the ads. And, oh yeah, the Zins are delicious, man. I gotta stomp that. Him and I were debating that, and he was actually the one that pointed out the impression load to me, like to show me the cycle. He's like, it's not that you're gonna run an ad and you directly get a ranking increase. He literally showed me the cycle. He's like, look, you run an ad for this. As you start getting traffic, you start to get more impressions. When you get more impressions, look, he's like, you'll see that you're getting a bunch of other impressions for more keywords that are on the page because you're starting to get traffic, so Google shows you more. When they start showing you more, you just naturally get more clicks. When you get more clicks, it shows you for a few more keywords. And he's like, he showed me the progression, and it clicked for me. So that's why now I'm giving it to you. Lessons. Everything's lessons. By the way, that photo that I put up there is one of my favorite photos of little Chris. I met Chase Reiner. He had a lot of interesting information. I also met Bradley Benner from Semantic Mastery. He also, I actually went to dinner with him tonight. We had, I had chicken parm, and it was like one of those places where you're supposed to like share, but they gave me 3 pieces of chicken and I just ate them all. They were good. It was really good. I enjoyed myself. I went with another gentleman. His name was Rory. I forget his last name. And his sister. But yeah, that was a nice conversation with those 2 gentlemen. Yeah. Is it possible to pay your team more to get Haro links secured faster? I am contemplating your Haro service, but the 45 days is really pushing me away. Well, we give ourselves plenty of leeway. See, if you promise, well, that's up to you. 30 to 45 days. If you get them before, but I will tell you this, I'm one of the lowest cost, and we don't charge for syndicated. So oftentimes if you get one from me, I might kick you 4. And it's the same number. And when we get picked up, it's all bangers. Like if I hit on AOL, it might syndicate out to 3, 4 other places. So just, you know, and my rate, like anybody that's out there right now that's doing it, like if you go to Fiverr, like you might get lucky, right? But might. Like anyone out there, I think the lowest I saw was 280. So I'm not charging for syndicated links. I'm doing them way cheaper. And that turnaround time actually isn't that bad. And the writing is superb. Like, it's the best product for the best price. Yep. See, I was taught a lesson a very long time ago. When the value exceeds the cost, that's called a sale. And that's the objective. But anyway, it's up to you there, Mr. Patel. All right, so Crazy says, I actually used to do that for YouTube videos. I place the video as unlisted, run ads to the video, and then make it public to rank it higher in search. It still works a little. Yeah, YouTube, I've been playing around with YouTube quite a bit in my life. I don't know. I think the ads are, I don't know. I've had success and then I have flops. So it's like, you'll think I'll feel like, oh man, I got this figured out. Like I can rank anything, and then I'll do it again and I'll be like, failure. So I don't know. Do you agree reviews are the best way to improve map pack rankings? That's one of the pieces, no question. I think it's three pieces. So we optimize the profile, right? We utilize impressions, agency A with impressions, agency A, optimization, and then reviews. Like that's the formula. Like that's not a secret. You know what I mean? Like that's how we do it. Like I was just like I had to do a presentation today, and we have luckily for myself and my brother and my small team that we have a good amount of at least local map clients, right? So, and out of those map clients, almost every single one of them, more than half of their keywords are in top 5, but the vast majority are top 3. And, you know, it's real estate, law. We have some home service stuff too. As long as, but what I'll always find though is if we can't hit top 5, top 3, it's generally not due to I can never say this, you know, but it's generally not due to the process in which that we have. It's because they haven't put forth the work on the other part, or it's brand new, right? Like they don't have enough digital references, they don't have enough citations, they haven't been around long enough, they don't have enough mentions of entities or proper keyword placements on the website. Like it's like, either my brother's more gruff, he'll be like, the website's junk, or there's other things that need to be addressed before we can reach full success, you know? But hopefully that helps you. All right, we'll keep going here. Google SAB, have you showed your way to get them? The service area businesses? I believe I have, yeah. Yes. Today, you mean? Yes. I know, bro. I've been following you for a while now, but if I have to pay 4 bills for a link, can you dedicate more resources to my order? You give me 4 bills, I'll give it to you back in a week. But I would never do that, though. It's just not right, you know? I mean, I wouldn't do that. It's not what I do. I position the things how I would want them, right? The way I divulge information, right? The way that I take my time with the people, because everybody was hiding when I started doing this. Like everything was like a big secret unless you pay me, right? I used to hate that. So like the way the information is, the way the services are. Like to me, like say I'm in the auction business. Who sets the auction business pricing? The last item that's sold sets the price. So either eBay or past auctions, right, on items. Well, that means it's open market. Well, then where's the open market for SEO services? Think about it. So who sets the price? Right? So when I start looking at brands times 10 what the going rate is, like that to me is just absurd. So you can't be super at the bottom because there's also process involved. But I don't like charging times 10 of what it's actually worth, if you know what I mean. Hopefully that makes sense for you. Anyway. Again, I mean, this is my opinion. All right, so I actually used to do that. Okay, is it possible? Okay. I got 25 links for $200 each. What? Yeah, $200. It's fair. Would a Haro links help with a pressure washing company? It doesn't matter what the company. I mean, see, not all businesses, I had to start offering Haro because not every business wants just guest posts. Like, they also want to be featured in certain places, right? Like, they want to have the prestige to be on AOL, like, or I'm just thinking off the top of my head, right? Or Better Homes and Garden, or just, those are the last two that I can think of that were like crazy. I mean, there's a lot of other ones too, but high equity sites. So would a high equity, high referring domain count, niche specific link with niche specific content be effective for a pressure washing company? Yes, but the probability of me landing on a pressure washing website and it only be about pressure washing is highly unlikely. It would probably have to be a tip that's about maybe a chemical that's used or water, or we can angle it in almost like we have it dialed in. You generally have to angle it so I can get a quote from you. You see what I'm saying? So I'm able to get the placement in a link. Like when we did the pest control, it was pests that were eating like fruit. And why that's a problem. So then we got a quote from the gentleman that has the pest control company. You see? So, yeah. Could I get them? Definite. Yes. What I'm working on now, I was chatting with a few people here. There's a gentleman, I won't say his name, but they're getting featured posts, right? So I'm pretty confident I'm going to be able to do that. That's going to be the next thing that I figure out the process. Once I figure out the process, like right now I see people doing featured posts, 10 posts for like 20 grand. Once I figure out the process, I'll just sweep don't worry. Once I figure it out, I'll shave that price. All right, I think I got through the live ones. Let's keep going. It's only a matter of time. I talked to a man. Man, I was talking to somebody about featured posts, and I said Forbes. And he's like, everybody says Forbes. That's because that seems like a prestigious link. Man, there's something about that dude. I don't know what it is. Interesting guy. All right, I had to pay my developer. He was mad. All right. Oh man, I closed it. I'm sorry. I'm getting the comments. All right, so let's keep going here. All right, Chris, maybe you should offer website review and upload it to this channel while offering your feedback. Good idea. Good idea. I honestly, it is a good idea, but I'm not sure exactly what it's referencing. Make a script for us. Well, I did make a script and I gave it away. I did have a script. So this gentleman here, backlink indexer, I gave you the script. I have the script. I gave it away. Well, to be honest with you, Google gave it away. If you look up the indexing API and you look up Python, they give away the script. It's right there. I just showed it step by step because, like, do you want to read their mumbo jumbo and then figure out the script, or do you just want, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, okay, job done. So I figured out the mumbo jumbo, took their script, made it into a collab, And then I did step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. But then after that, what I did is I just took the section with the script and I put it in that video and I gave it away. That's fair. I thought it was fair. I try to be fair. This is a Web 2.0. Shouldn't these be tier 2? Why? No. 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 Doesn't have to be. A Web 2.0 doesn't have to be a tier 2. Just because it's Web 2 doesn't mean it has to be spam. A Web 2 could be a branded asset or digital reference. Why is a Web 2.0 that has my name, address, phone number, and a link back to an internal page, why is that not a directory? Right? Now, if I want to get it to be high quality, well, then I'm going to look inside the SERP and figure out, well, which Web 2.0s is Google rewarding for these types of keywords? And then I'll create those. That's how we get a highly effective Web 2. But I love branded Web 2s. They're relatively inexpensive to create. They cost a lot of time, but we're able to buy time for a low cost, right? Yes. Like I can't buy US time for a very low cost, but I can buy other time for a lower cost to be able to produce a Web 2.0, right? For a fair price. So that means you can too. All right, so don't move so much. I can't help it, dude. You guys say that. Sorry. I can't help it. Like, I have to move. Plus my back's sitting. Nothing to do with ChatGPT. Okay. You gave me $5? So I'm gonna read it since I appreciate your donation. So you gave me $5. Is it possible to pay someone on your team $500 a link if secured in 2 weeks? Of course, the journalist's editorial timeline is out of control. I appreciate the donation, and I read the question, but I just, my brother and I debate about this all the time because him and I are partners on the service side, right? I just wouldn't do that, right? Like, see, I look at it, like, this might sound odd, but we look at it as pizza, or think of McDonald's. To make a burger, right? Or to rank, like, think about it. To make a burger, I need a patty. The patty has the sesame seed, right? I need the ketchup, the mustard, the burger, the cheese, the lettuce, the onion, right? And then the bottom patty, right? Or I need citations, directory, press release, website, upload, content, optimize, schema, right? Like, we're making pizza, we're selling hamburgers, we're doing SEO, like, I wouldn't do that. The patty cost, and the timeline to make that patty is the timeline that it makes to make that patty. If you go to McDonald's and you say, hey, there's a line, 20 people, and you wave a $100 bill and say, I'll give you $100. Well, at McDonald's, they'd probably jump you to the front of the line. But we're not at McDonald's. No, I wouldn't do that, man. I wouldn't do that to you. I'll give you 3 for that 5, though, and then wait your time. But, all right. Google doesn't like ChatGPT reviews. It seems like they axe them. Yeah, but I gave the formula for the reviews, right? I made a video not only how to scrape them, but what the actual formula is. Google sorts reviews by relevance, right? So let's say your business is in Texas and you're a pressure washer. Go to Los Angeles, pressure washer, the dude that's got 200 reviews, go to the top sorted review and yank it. That's your review now. Right? Now I have the most relevant review for me. And it was naturally written. It's so much so written that it's the most relevant review out of 143. See what I'm saying? So like, why would I, sometimes, like, I like shortcuts. See, that's my shortcut, but I wouldn't use ChatGPT. It's like using ChatGPT for the outlines. Like, I don't know, I'm not a big AI fan. I don't know if you've noticed. It's not something that, unless it's bulk content, because we're making lead gen assets and we don't care, because we're just trying to figure out, well, where's Google going to reward us? It's just not, there's better shortcuts to take, my friend. That's all. Understood, bro. No worries. I have an order in place with your team, and we're discussing this with your staff some days ago, an incentive structure. Well, I appreciate you. Yeah, and it is broken down into, the team is the team, but we break it down into sections. And then there's manager, like there's a link building manager, and then there's the team members that do certain aspects, Web 2, citation. Content writing manager. Took a long time to figure that structure out and like figure out the flow. And then get people in place to answer all the little questions. It was a big learning curve, for sure. But we're starting to get more and more dialed in as the days go by. And I'm really, to me, it's like, it's almost as fun as figuring out SEO. You know what I mean? Like figuring out ways to better optimize process and or the business of SEO is just as fun as learning and doing the SEO. Well, almost as fun. It's more stressful, but it's fun. It's fun. All right. What kind of SEO on web is the beat? What kind OD SEO on web is the beat? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you can elaborate on that question more, I'll be happy to help you out. All right. Oh, my back is killing. Oh, I never sit, dude. I hate sitting. All right. Bad. Oh my goodness, I love these. I get these kind of questions. Like this. Bad video quality. I just say thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Oh. But you didn't say that the bad video quality, but you didn't say the information sucked. So it was helpful. You just didn't like video quality. I learned everything I know from it, but oh man, that video, that edit sucked. Oh my goodness gracious, it's funny. All right, SEO for lawyers. Good tips here, but having a blog which pushes content regularly on social media gives positive signal to Google. On the other hand, having a website which has stagnated content, it does not rank higher. If it is ranking higher, it will fade out from top pages slowly. That's why velocity matters when doing info content. You are correct, because the amount, it falls quickly. Yes. That's why you stick to the tried and true questions. There's really only 6 questions to answer about any topic at the end of the day. Like, so what you put in those places, like it's only who, what, when, why, where, and how. Now, the who, the what, the when, the where, the how, there's different variables, but it's really always, it's those 6 questions. Like you might be able to turn it into 12, but you're still answering who, what, when, why, where, and how. That's it. You can sometimes answer it more than one way, but what we're looking for is, well, where's the traffic at? Generally, like how much does it cost? When should I buy? Where should I buy? Who should I buy from? You know, like those types of questions. And then you can usually say a lot within that. Hopefully that helps you. All right. Let's see here. Backlink index. Okay, I've copied the script. Okay. I already answered that one. Great video. Oh, cool. Thank you. I need to try this. Yes. Try it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Okay. All right. Going through here. Hey, Chris. Thank you for making such... Oh, my, I have a woman, her name's Dawn. She helps me with... She leaves the questions, but sometimes she'll leave some of the really positive stuff. But I informed her, I said, any of the negative stuff, just say thank you. And like, I don't, it doesn't affect me. I don't care. But I do, I guess. Like, just say thank you to the negative stuff, but just leave it. Like, just move it along. But she leaves like some of the really nice ones here, and I like that. You know? Hey Chris, thanks for making such informative videos. I have a plumber website. Oh good, so this should be good. I have a plumber website and multiple services in a multiple location. But for service location pages, we have URL. Site name / service area / city. Oh boy. Not targeting any primary service. So for this, what's going to rank? Can you please help me? Okay. See, sometimes when you have, not sometimes, a lot of the time, when you have multiple services, you can target the large primary title, URL, H1, H2 in the page, okay? Sometimes it doesn't make sense to have another top level page. I can reference these other services in that same page. For instance, as an example, plumber and drain cleaning. Now, if you have plumber, drain cleaning, hydro fitting, right? If you put up a plumber page, put up drain cleaning, and put up hydro drain cleaning, / city, right? For each of them, you'll probably get rewarded for one set. Now instead, if you were to just put up website.com /plumber, right? On that plumber page, I talk about in the paragraph text, hydro fitting and all the stuff that you do during your plumbing. I'll still hit for these keywords, and then I can create city pages that are going to be targeting in plumbing, but I can talk about those other services. Okay? So with that being said, you're breaking it down, the question that I got, you're breaking it down website.com. Let me just reiterate this really quick. Name / service area / city, right? What I would do is site name, service. On that service page, I talk about the services that are highly related to one another, because those secondaries that actually don't deserve their own page. They should be talked about in this page. And then when you click on that link, you have to look at your SERP, dude, right? This person right here. You ask this question right here. You have to look at your SERP. See, I learned this lesson the hard way. That's why I try to show both ways. If you're looking at a SERP and they're using hard silos, then you'll be able to use a hard silo. Now, if you're in an industry or a location that it's all flat structure, still have your top level targeting the service. Here, I don't have a whiteboard, I'm on an iPad. Where's my, I don't have any pants on. So give me a second here, slip over here. I mean, I'm in my room, you know, it's, anyway. Here. So this is what I mean by this, okay? So you'll have, I'll write it big so you can understand, website.com, right? So, I know it's going to be backwards, but bear with me here. I'm sure somebody, I like comments, say whatever you want. So, website.com / in some areas you'll have a silo that a hard silo is going to be honored or rewarded by Google. So you'll have service, right? And then you'll have / service state here. See, after this, service state. In some states and in some industries. Now, if you're looking down the SERP and it's website.com / service plus city here only, and that's what's being rewarded, then don't do a hard silo. Go flat, but you still have to have the top level service page. The service page is going to be there, and then in the actual page, we usually put the sidebar or what I call a secondary footer in. You see? Hopefully that makes sense to you. Like, it's not always a cut and dry thing. Like, I'm not always going to do a hard silo. I'm not always going to do a floating silo. If I'm looking down the SERP and Google's rewarding hard silo, you know, okay, hard silo. If I'm looking down and it's all in the same industry and it's ranking off the root, then I'm going to go flat. But I'm always going to make that entity point primary service page. And then I'll list the cities that I do service in. And I'll optimize this service page for service plus state. I just won't keep it in the structure. I won't make cities here. You see? But it's based on what Google's rewarding. It's that simple. All right? Hopefully that helps you. It's not always a cut and dry. Like, it can't be. It's just, is anything? You know, I used to have a client. She was it was a law firm in Pennsylvania. Great. She was awesome, right? But the one thing that used to but bother me is it had to be exact every time. Right? Like, what's the exact process? And it wasn't always cut and dry. That was the largest disconnect with herself and I. And then too, like, just analyzing the numbers so much, like it became stressful. The dollar count was good, but not when it was affecting me. You know what I mean? Like, I was dreading the appointment, the weekly call. I was like, oh man, like, dude, I gotta like talk to this lady. I was like getting like worried, bro. Like, oh no. Dude, and then they were like, I love the lady. I just didn't like working with her. She was cool to talk to though. Like when it was non-business time, she was super cool. But we were only there for business, so. And those iconic glasses. Thank you. Appreciate that. Got the black shirt. What's your approach to AI content and SEO? Crank it out, see what hits, and then drop the rest. That's the approach. Can I ask, if there is a brand new website, how should one start the whole SEO process? Like, is there any tips to do an initial boost? I think my absolute best advice would be very diligent in your keyword research and identifying the exact pages and the structure that you need to have. Once that is done, I need to make sure that I have the exact counts. Like, what is the SERP calling for? The only reason I want to make sure I get this, what's the SERP calling for, is do I have the right template so I can get indexed? Because the chances of you actually ranking for anything of value in a short period of time is highly unlikely. But I need to start my descent up the ladder, right? Like, you might index page 3, page 4, but as the months go by, like, that's a good entry point for a new website. Most people index at number 60, you know, even I do sometimes. And then we go back. I hate doing that though. All right? But other than that, don't be afraid to build those initial links. Like, I have to get good link equity at first. So I think for that initial boost, I would be very, very, very diligent on which category specific backlinks I'm buying at first. What I mean by this is, like, you really need to understand, if you want to use Majestic or SEMrush or Ahrefs, they all categorize their links. You have to figure out what category are the top performers in. Is it business industrial? Is it computers and intercom? Like, what category links do I need? And get the best ones that you can afford. And don't be too stingy, but don't go crazy. You know, more isn't better. But 1 or 2 to the pages that I want to win, after following the exact process. Okay, how many words? What's the template? How many headers? That's what I would make sure. I just avail a CTR service from you. Okay, thank you. Thanks, dude. What's the best local SEO backlink strategy now? It's been the same. I mean, it's just as I have evolved, I'm either advancing on my own network and understand, like, a lot of my clients were using homepage links. Homepage, premium press release, Haro, like, you know, as time progresses, I've figured out a faster way, but I could get there too with dollar PBN links, you know. I like, sometimes it's nice to do less though. You know, it's just a more optimized version, but it costs more. But with that being said, though, the link strategy has always almost been the same, almost always the same. Like, there's some stuff that we've cut out, but if I had to say any strategy, it's citations, directory, local specific citations, paid citations or directories, data aggregation, press release to all top level pages, premium press release to homepage and top level pages, and then start the flow of guest posts. Figure out the velocity that the competition is doing. Like, if we're in the law space, say we're in Philly, these guys are generally building anywhere between 10 to 20 on a weekly basis. So we figure out, okay, well, which range or which network are they buying into? What category are they buying into? And what's their velocity? We match, meet, and exceed. That's the strategy. You know, generally, what I have found is most competitors are weak in a specific area. Usually, they have the money to buy the links, but they'll generally lack in user signal and on-page SEO. So that's where we're able to outshine a lot of times, you know, because, you know, I know how to count. I know schema. You know, we've really dialed in the technical side. I figured out, especially after this recent update about internal linking and cleaning up dead wood, highly important. Doing page refreshes on a more consistent basis, or keyword gap analysis, however you want to look at it, on a much more consistent basis. Like, working with these law firms and like working with the fancy people, I've learned different processes that the enterprise and more white hat crowd does, and we've started implementing that in our own practice. Like, doing the refreshes, cleaning up dead wood, like just more maintenance type things and upkeep, compliance stuff, white with black lettering, like stuff that isn't just backlinks and optimization, but taking care of those minor details, it actually helps. So yeah, I've noticed that definitely within the law space. They have all that money to buy all these links, but now there's some players out there, don't get me wrong. Like, I watched this site Mighty run right up the ladder. It's like a lead gen. Only in a few spaces, but this is just one example that I'm thinking of. They had a good run. Yeah. I also saw another site that was really interesting. I'm trying to think to myself if I'm in that SERP anymore. I am, so I can't say it. But one of their names is John. JF, we'll say, right? It's for like truck accidents. But I noticed like whoever they're using, they must use SEMrush because all the SEMrush data was there. And they had like a 9-minute on site. And I was like, huh. You know, interesting stuff. Yeah, anyway. I was just waiting for questions. Hey, I want to dig in and ask about the links you mentioned. Does it mean to buy blog posts on outbound links on category-related higher domain? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but category, if I have a cat website, right, that doesn't mean that I have to buy from cat websites, right? If there's a cat website that's above me, and I look at their backlink profile, and all of those backlinks profile says, hey, these are business industrial links. In order to get into that link graph and rank with the cat guys, I need business industrial links. Now, wherever you get those, it doesn't matter because all links within a link graph are actually linked to each other, even if they never link to each other at all. Somewhere in the link graph, they actually are connected. I hope that makes sense to you. Like when that dawned on me and then we started implementing based off of that, it changed a lot. Like I was finding success by building high velocity of links, but when I realized, hey, it's not that if I'm a cat website, I have to buy cat links. It's that I have to buy into the right category. Like all sites are linked together, even if they're not linking to each other, no matter what. But when you're looking at a category, one specific link graph, right? Like say you're using SEMrush. If you go into SEMrush, pull up the referring domains, go to advanced filters, click on category. It'll tell you the category of links that they have. That's the vast majority. Whatever the top 3 are, buy into those 3 categories and you'll have to buy less links. That's it. Like, it's really that easy. Like, early on, as I was figuring these things out, we were sending in blasts. Like, that's why our success rate at first was much lower. It was because I could get the links cheap and fast, but I wouldn't hit every time. It would be because some rushes were in the right category and other rushes weren't. And then when I went back to old failure projects, I realized, I'm buying arts and entertainment when it should have been in the computer and intercom category. I'm saying it in a very simple way, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. I hope that helps you. And quality isn't made up of design. Quality is made up of referring domains. Okay? It's how close to the root are you, how good is the internal links, and how many referring domains that are category specific are pointing to that site. That's a good link. Like, if that site, if it's website.com / the page I'm getting a link from, and there's a boatload of internal links pointing to this page, and this has 500 or more referring domains, and they're in the right category, that's a good link. That's a great link. And if there's only 1 or 2, 3 outbound links from the page I get a link from, it's even better. Hopefully that helps you. You also have a niche edit. No, I'm done with those. I'm not selling those. I don't want to be associated with that. It's not for me. No, I'm more leaning towards the Haro, featured placements, premium press, homepage get links. I'm going to do homepage, guest posts, niche edits. It's just not for me. I'm good. It's too much risk. It's too much risk for me. For me at this point, I'm good. Also the caliber that are looking for that type of link, nothing wrong with that. Like honestly to me, but that's just not the market that I'm trying to reach. I'm looking for business owners that want to find success with 0 risk. That's who I'm looking for. Like that's my target avatar. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the lead gen guys, right? And the churn and burn dudes. But it's just not the market for me. Hi, Marina. Is that claps? I lost the thing. Where did it go? Oh, live chat. I clicked the wrong button. Do you give tutor lessons? Man, you're so good at explaining. Thank you. Appreciate that. Can you explain featured posts? I want the most white hat links possible. That's why I purchased your Hara. Okay. There's no such thing as a white hat link. That's a way that the white hats can still sell backlinks, right? But it's very clearly outlined. Anything that you do to influence search rankings is against the guidelines. Now, there's a difference between a well-curated PDN that's selling guest posts. Like, the only reason that that site exists is to extract link equity at a low cost and pass it, right? And then having a, let's just say, a PR or a featured post on, say, Forbes. See, a Forbes featured post, if you go through the front door, anybody can get on Forbes and buy a featured post. It's $35,000 a year, right? They do little specials though. You sign up for their list, they'll send you 25%. Or if you want to be connected, it's called Connected on Forbes. That's $15,000. It's all on their site. You guys and gals could go and get links from Forbes right now. I'm just using that as a reference point, okay? But what I'm getting at here is, like, what's the probability of getting hit? Yahoo.com or Forbes? Like, do you think Google doesn't understand that Forbes is selling links for $35,000 a year? Like, they packaged it in a really nice way, right? And the entry point is so high that they barely sell that many. But if you go and you look at their connected or agency or financial, like, do you see how many? Dude, they sold a lot of packages. Like, they're in each category, there's over 200 businesses. That's 15,000, right? Times 200 per category. What? See, to them, that's like nothing, but to me, that's like, can you imagine? 15K, that's 2, 4, 6. What is there, 16 categories? They made up good. Yowza. Little Chris would be, dude, we'd be eating pizza all week. Oh, now we do anyway, because I live next door to a pizza shack. Oh my gosh. All right, anyway. How often do you go live? Well, when I'm away like this because I'm lonely, every night. But when I'm at my actual office and meeting with my brother and we're working and I have little Chris and Lily, I try to do a video at least 4 times a week, and then I'll do 2 streams. So 6 videos a week, like almost every day. Like pretty much every day but one. But it won't be a live stream. It's 2 streams. One Wednesday at 12 o'clock on Craig Campbell's channel, and then every Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. All right, so that's when guarantee. But see, if I know I have to create a piece of content, because I use these videos for other things too, like we chop them up, we make shorts for TikTok, LinkedIn. I use these for my podcast. Like, I originate my content here, but we use this stuff all over the web, right? So if I know I still need to create an idea and it's towards the end of the day, I'll turn on the camera real quick and either do some work or answer some comments or something. I gotta do something, you know? Because still, like my output is still not really where it should be. But I mean, I'm human. Right? So, all right. Have you been in real estate SEO? What are your tips regarding website structure and backlinks? Uh, I it's a piece of real estate. Um, I, I'm deeper into the real estate market than I could ever say, but yeah. But as far as real estate agents, like that is what if that's what you're getting at, like that's wildly different than what I spend a lot of my time doing. Um, like we're looking at a completely different kind of market. I've helped real estate agents, and that's like it's actually hard. I had a woman that I was well, she's a realtor, and she's in a particular section of Philadelphia, we'll say, all right, a higher end section. And it took me a few months to get her to really go, you know, like luxury realtor, these types of key terms. It's a tough market. I also had a real estate agent in Coral Gables, Florida, and that type of area, Palm Beach, higher end areas. But yeah, that's a lot harder than say sell my house fast or we buy houses or sell a house fast for cash, those types of things. That's the market that I enjoy, but definitely difficult. Here's what's interesting. So I was talking to somebody today, like the house market. Here's how the keyword difficulty thing is wildly off. See, the home market, the keyword difficulty for sell my house fast is like a 99. DUI attorney LA, we'll say. I have one of those is somebody that I've helped, right? I believe that's a 96, all right? Countless terms like this, like crazy stuff, okay? I've found more success doing that than I did. I worked with a gentleman, he was doing water damage restoration. Yeah, it was a new project, but it was water damage. I struggled more for water damage than I did for DUI attorney in LA. Serious. And there was no budget constraint. It wasn't a budget constraint. I mean, the site was new, but that was a real struggle. So, but what I'm getting at though is that like keyword difficulty thing is like bogus. Anyway. 20, the Lady Rottweiler. Oh, Tweety, cool. Hey, sir, my page is not ranking, though I have used 0 competition keywords. It has to get seen before it can rank. Can you please answer the comment? Something. You have a page. You're targeting 0 competition keywords. You didn't tell me how old the website was, what website it is, what's the market, how many other pieces of content are targeting that 0 competition. Just because it says 0 competition, that's what I'm kind of getting at here. Just because it says 0 competition, it doesn't mean that there's not 42 billion pages targeting that same term using the same AI tool with the same prompts that you just used. Like, it was actually interesting. I'm at an SEO conference. I won't say what tool, but it's like, how many people do you think are using the same tool with the same prompts, with the same layout, trying to target the same keywords? Like, have you ever gone into ChatGPT? We'll just say ChatGPT or any of these, and ask a question, like, get your computer out, and then get out a friend's computer and ask the same set of questions 2 times each. And let me know if it repeats the exact same thing, just worded differently. Like, do you think Google doesn't pick that up? But that's to answer your question there, right? Tweety, the Lady Rottweiler. Like, there's a lot of information that I don't have to give you a proper answer, is what I'm getting at. And we've been here, oh, it's been an hour. Wow, that went fast. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna answer the rest of these. I didn't even realize that went really fast. All right, I think we're good at in an hour. Let's not make these too long. Should I become an affiliate? If that's where you want to, if that's what tickles your fancy, yes, definitely. Like, I'm in a market that everyone will tell you to avoid. Like, don't do agency, don't do client work, and don't sell services. It doesn't scale, it's a pain in the butt, right? So, everyone, like, if you want to go for affiliate, I have affiliate opportunities out there. Have I ever been able to scale an affiliate opportunity to more than a couple $100 per month? No. I had one that we did very, very, very well with early on, and it had a short run. Like, you always get like runs. That's what I've noticed. But I've never dedicated all my time towards it. Now, I have a few out there that are generating a few $100s per month. And yes, it equals thousands, but it's multiple assets that I have to push money into and do work for every single month in order to produce a few $1,000s from multiple properties. If I invested all my time, could I make it work? Yeah, but that's not as fulfilling to me as building an agency and having help and helping them out, and like, I enjoy that aspect. So if you want to try the affiliate, do it. Definitely. Heck yeah. Go for it. All right. I have a client who wants a link to the same inner page in two places in the same main menu in the drop-down menu. Who wants a link to the same main page in the drop-down menu. I can understand building two links to one page, but I'm not sure how you could target a specific part of a page. Like, how can I build a link from an external page to a specific part on a site? I'm not sure about that, unless it's like a hashtag or like a jump link of some sort, or you're building it to a... Can you build to a class URL? Oh, different anchor. Okay. Yeah, but that's... I know, but that's a different answer. I'm still interested in how you're building it to the menu specifically. That sounds like a good test. Thank you, Elaine. I have a little notepad. Oh, you guys probably didn't know about this. So build links to a menu or class or ID URL. I guess that's how you would do it. An ID or a class URL? Good idea. I don't know. I've never done that yet. But can you build two links to the same page? Sure. There's no question. That gentleman said it already. You can use multiple anchors. But also, too, as long as I'm getting multiple links from the same site but from different pages with different anchors or different nakeds, no issue. But building it to a certain section on the page, I don't know if that would be an ID or a class or a jump link. Like, what would that be? Like website.com/# keyword? Or it would be an ID or a class. It'd be kind of cool. I don't know. All right. In any case, working on a site, current URL. Cool. Yeah, Dave, I just want to point out to you, make sure that if you're doing that structure, that's fine. But make sure that's what Google's rewarding. I'm only saying this because I've gotten stuck. Like I've made that error already. All right, so that's a great hard structure silo, but is that what's being rewarded? And look at the top sites. Which one of those sites has been there the longest? That was another lesson that I learned. Like look at the old site. What structure does that have? Is it flat? Like I mean, I teach both ways because those are the only two ways that I've ever won with. But I like the hard silo because it's easier within WordPress. But that's not always what we do because that's not always what works. Like if you go look at our home sites, a lot of them are flat, but we have a top level service page. I have a top level service page, but when you click on a city or a state in this instance, it goes flat. And then when I'm on the state page and I click on a city, it goes flat. I'm just saying, you know, and we're page 1 nationally. And that whole, it's considered a flat structure. So it's like, it's not always cut and dry. I'm going to do website.com, state, city, support. Like, not always. All right. All right, I think I got everything. Can I market it to a proper client? I have an exporting business. How can I market to the proper clients? What I would do is spend, so this will be the last question here. I got a good question. Alan says he has a good question. I was wondering if I knew how I can tell if a map pack for a certain keyword and location will be easy for me to rank in. One of the ways to look and see is looking at the top performers and how many reviews do they have. Generally, the amount of reviews is a good indicator for age, like a good, true determination, because not only does it indicate how long they've been there, but also how competitive the market is. Because if they have a lot of reviews, that means there's a lot of volume. That means there's a lot of money being made. If there's a lot of money, high comp. But yeah. Does a Google site rank? Yes. Just not as good as they used to. The page that you're linking to from your map, that page needs to be hyper optimized for whatever the location that your map is in, and the services that you provide. And also make sure you're stuffing that page with entities that are associated to the top level service of what the category is in Google Business Profile. All right, I'm done. I could go on for days here. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to go back to this one because I started to read it. I don't want to cut this gen off. I was wondering, okay, where was it? Top sites are ranking homepage. Well, are you in the US? Just because it's a homepage, all right. I understand homepage, but the other pages that they have, like, is it flat or is it a silo? And then 2, if the top level pages are a homepage, that's because their best page with all their links are optimized around one primary service plus city. But look down the list. The sites that have a structure, is it completely flat? Like, all 20 results aren't homepages. There's no possible way. Like, look, you know, well, there's always outliers. So maybe you could, you know, go on a mad dash and find one and be like, well, look at this one. But no, look down the list. You know, if the top 3 performers have homepage, we'll go down to farther. The pages that actually have is it silo or is it flat? Like ranking for city plus keyword. Like, are they structured out? Or is it flat? All right. But if it's home pages, you can still beat a homepage and get in there with, you just have to figure out, is it siloed or is it flat? All right. And then you have to do the work that they did because that's their homepage. Think about that. See, most of those old school guys and gals that are building those sites, they put all their links to that homepage and all of their pages link up to that homepage. Like, that's a hard page to beat, but you can beat it. You can beat it. All right, I gotta go. I'm gonna lay down because the questions get, I like to be on my game, and I'm starting to feel tired. My mouth is dry. I love you guys. I appreciate you giving me some time tonight. Dave, it's been a pleasure. Gucci Daniels, WordPress versus Wix. There's pros and cons to both. I've worked on both. I think it's a preference for you. You can rank both of them, it doesn't matter. Okay, top sites all seem to be okay. How can I tell okay? Add a service in the below state level. Here's the one I wanted to talk about. This will be the last one, and then I'm gonna have to run. I haven't, well, I'm not running, I'm running right to here. I'm gonna lay down right there. I have an exporting business. How can I market to the proper clients? Okay. Take a look at the top performer in your markets and then look at larger markets. Pull it into SEMrush. Which keywords are actually grab 10 from not only your market, like grab one from your market or two of the best, top performers that are showing up for everything, and then go to other bigger cities or bigger areas where you know they're doing the same kind of business, pull their sites into SEMrush, do a bulk, right? And figure out the highest percentage point of pages that are actually getting traffic. What keywords are actually producing the traffic for their website other than their names? Brand name is probably going to be the trump. But what are the next keywords that are actually high commercial intent keywords that are related to your shipping business that are actually producing traffic? So get the commercial intent and get the informational intent. And when you come up with 100 different things, 50 high commercial, maybe it's less, I don't know how many products or services or what you do, but try to get 50 to 100 pieces. Make sure it's a nice mixture of information and high commercial intent, and then that's what you execute on. Only try to target the stuff that generates the traffic. Okay? We're just talking about organic. There's many other ways to do it, but for the organic web, target the stuff that actually generates the business besides their actual name. And that's how you hit it. All right, I love you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your donations. Thank you so much. If you have any other questions, I'm going to be back in my office very, very soon, but we'll do another one of these tomorrow night. We'll go through, put your questions below. If you need consultation or service, chrispalmer.org. You just want to learn more, get another second set of eyes, go to SEOmastermind.org. There's also training there. On top of that, if you need mobile proxies for a fair cost, proxypixie.com. Anything else? I'll see you tomorrow. Put your questions down below. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to bed, and you have a great night. Bye-bye.